Why is it that people end up being hurt so deeply by the very love they chose in order to be happy? In the beginning, it was simply kindness. In the beginning, they looked into your eyes and truly listened. In the beginning, they said without hesitation, "You are the most important person to me." Those words, that attitude, that warmth quietly slipped into the empty spaces of the heart, and before you realized it, that person had become the center of your life. A single message could brighten your entire day, and nights without hearing their voice were filled with anxiety and sleeplessness. That is how the love began. Yet at some point it slowly turned into pain. Your chest tightens just because a reply comes late. You choose your words carefully so as not to upset them. You swallow your true feelings and fold yourself smaller and smaller just to avoid being disliked. Even though you love them, your heart grows lonelier with each passing day. Still, you tell yourself, this is love. It's just hard right now. One day they'll understand. And you keep closing your eyes to the discomfort. Wrong love rarely appears with a violent face. Instead, it approaches gently, sweetly, wrapped in sadness and shaped like hope. And that is what makes it so dangerous. You are not truly respected, yet you think, I just need to endure. You are not truly cherished, yet you excuse it by saying, they're just busy. You are in pain, yet you convince yourself, this is what love is supposed to be. Then one day, you look at yourself in the mirror and realize that although you are smiling, your eyes are empty. You no longer know what you like or dislike. Your emotions are dictated by their mood. Your confidence is worn away, and your sense of worth is determined by a single word from them. And still, you cannot leave not because you are weak, but because you are too kind, because you believed in love too deeply. The memory of how happy things were in the beginning is lodged deep in your heart, and the hope that maybe we can go back to those days binds you like chains. Within wrong love, people choose to protect the other person rather than save themselves. But never forget this. Love is not about enduring pain. It is not about living in fear, and it is not about losing yourself. Love, at its core, should be safety, respect, and freedom. If right now a single word from them can ruin your entire day, if the time you spend apart hurts more than the time you spend together, if you love them yet feel completely exhausted inside, then perhaps the love itself is not wrong. And you are certainly not wrong either. Perhaps that love simply does not fit you. Walking away is not failure, nor is it giving up. It is the choice to reclaim your own life. Love should not silence you. It should allow you to shine. And if hearing these words makes your chest ache even slightly, do not ignore that feeling. It is proof that your heart is still alive. And remember this. Someone who constantly makes you feel anxious is not your destiny. A love that destroys you is not real. True love does not teach you to endure. It quietly tells you, you are enough just as you are. Why is it that even though people choose to love someone in order to be happy, they end up losing themselves within that love, wearing down their hearts and crying alone night after night? At the beginning, it was only small acts of kindness. Casual words, coincidental connections, moments that felt like being truly understood. And that alone was enough to make someone think, this person is special. It wasn't because their heart was weak or their judgment was poor. It's simply that everyone lives with a quiet thirst, to be needed by someone, to be chosen by someone, to be someone's number one. When a person appears who fits perfectly into that thirst, people end up calling it destiny. And so love begins. A single message makes the heart race. Hearing your name makes you feel as though your existence has been affirmed, and the world suddenly looks a little brighter. But wrong love always changes its shape little by little. Silence that once came with a smile eventually becomes neglect. Concern that once felt caring slowly turns into control. Discomfort that was once tolerable becomes daily anxiety before you even realize it. Still, people rarely notice it right away, because wrong love never becomes completely cold. It gives kindness from time to time, offers glimpses of hope, and whispers as if to say, it's not over yet. Clinging to those fleeting moments of warmth, you keep convincing yourself, they have their reasons. I just need to understand. If I try a little harder, maybe things will change. Until one day you can no longer speak honestly. Your smile becomes something you wear rather than feel. and you begin to prioritize the other person's mood over your own emotions. You give up the things you love, distance yourself from the people you want to see, bend your values, and little by little the outline of who you are begins to erode. And yet, you still cannot leave, not because you are weak and not because your love is deeper than anyone else's, but because of fear. The fear of losing them, the fear of being alone, the fear that all the time and emotions you've invested will be wasted, and above all, the fear that if you lose this person, you might lose your sense of who you are altogether. Wrong love makes you try to preserve your worth not by valuing yourself, but by being needed by someone else. And that is why even when you are hurt, even when you cry, even when your heart is at its limit, you still say, "I'm fine." But would true love force you into silence? Would true love keep you living in constant anxiety? Would true love make you doubt your own worth? The answer is surely no. Love, at its core, should be a place of safety, a space where you can reveal your weaknesses, a relationship where you can breathe without forcing yourself. If right now you love someone yet feel constant pain, if your chest tightens every time you think of them, if imagining the future fills you with nothing but fear, then you must not ignore that feeling. It may be the final signal your heart is sending you. Walking away is not losing, and ending things is not running away. It is a deeply courageous choice to take responsibility for your own life. After leaving wrong love, people often feel empty for a while. There are days when they feel nothing at all, moments when they think they have been broken beyond repair, but that emptiness is part of rebuilding. Those who have known pain become less likely to choose the wrong kind of love again, and one day, without needing to prove anything or endure anything, they will meet a love that brings peace simply by being together. Only then do people finally realize that what they once endured was not love at all. So please remember this. Someone who constantly makes you feel anxious is not your destiny. A relationship that makes you smaller is not love. Feelings that destroy you are neither a beautiful tragedy nor pure devotion. You are not someone's option, nor someone's sacrifice. You are the main character of your own life. There is no need to be ashamed of having fallen into the wrong kind of love, because it is proof that you were capable of loving someone sincerely. But at the same time, you have the right to be happy, the right to smile without fear, and the right to be cherished. Never forget that true love does not teach you how to endure. It quietly tells you, you are allowed to live as yourself.